honestly, bro, I flown across the country and ended up with nothing, bro. I'll tell you this, bro. Yeah. I remember one time, bro, this girl was in my DM, bro, talking crazy to me, bro. Like, she just had some bazungas, bro.
Okay.
And I was like, look, like, this is all it is. This is all it will ever be. But if you agree,
right,
I'm paying the fee.
That sounded like
of the flight. Of what I was,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
so, it sounded like a song.
Clarify.
You were going.
I was trying.
Okay,
yeah.
How long was the flight though?
Maybe like 2.5 hours, bro.
Okay, that's not bad.
2.5 hours.
Okay.
But the thing is, bro. Thing is, as I'm going, so I used to. This was a long time ago, bro.
Okay.
We all have to share a story like this too, bro. You can't just leave me hanging.
No,
like
I got
this.
you. I got
Okay,
BG,
bet.
Yeah.
So I remember, bro. This was like 2.5 hours away of a flight, and this was back when I was years ago, like before 2020 type shit, bro.
Yeah. That's me.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, bro.
Right? Like, is the spot blown?
Spun around.
Nah, go ahead.
And bro, I remember as my bags are packed. The Uber's downstairs, and I was living in an apartment at the time.
Okay.
Bro, I don't know why I was going down the stairs so fast, bro. But I literally, like, same way that I fucking did it in Houston, bro. I rolled my ankle. Like,
wait, on the way to the flight?
On the way to the airport, bro.
Oh hell!
I rolled my ankle, bro. And I just fucking, like, got up and I was like.
You hit it like this.
What? Wait, put your hand on your back. Put your hand on your back.
There it is. Yo, put one foot up though, bro. You gotta.
Yeah.
Like
wait, you still wet?
I still wet,
okay.
Of course, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
I got all the way out there, bro. She wasn't on shit, bro.
Nah, I feel you.
Because of the broken leg? Yeah, bro. Hold on.
Nah, I got
you. You gotta start yours, and I'm gonna grab the tequila.
Okay, can you grab my junk, my bag? Thank you, bro. Thank you. You know, it's just us, y'all. Patreon. Hey, man. Yep. Okay. Okay, so go ahead, bro.
Okay, so remember I got out there, bro. We just watched movies, bro.
Yeah.
We just fucking watched movies, bro. It was all right. It was all right.
Yeah, same.
I remember I was like, why was she talking like that in the DM then? You know what I mean?
You told her or you were just thinking it?
I told her.
Oh, you told her?
I told her, bro. I was like, you know, what was all that in the DM? Like, what was that?
Yeah.
She was just like, you know, I'm just not that type of girl. I was like, man, like, let me show you the messages.
Right.
Like,
right, you was talking, you said it right. Who was that? You gonna take it from the back? Like,
so I was like, all right, well, it is what it is then, bro.
Okay, so look.
Telling on himself. This is what I do, though. Truly.
Bro.
You establish a team first.
Okay.
Then you set different tasks for different members. Some people gotta get, find a source of water. I think somebody like you, bro, just worry about the toilet paper, bro.
There is none, bro.
You gotta get some leaves.
You hear? Bro, we are in 2024. He's telling me there is none. What are you talking about?
The world ends and you worried about a little bit of boo-boo on your butthole? He's with us. We got bidets for days. Problem solved. Now what's my next task, boss?
We're talking about today. We're talking about today. Not when the world's over. It's too late if you don't prepare.
So you just want me to become a hoarder for toilet paper? What's the convo?
Convo? With who? The store clerks?
You gave me the task of finding toilet. What's his task?
I probably give him probably books.
Okay.
Things that we can perform alchemy with, like precious stones.
Turn into a sorcerer? What's your task? What the fuck are you doing then?
Bro, I'm sourcing the bunker. I'm sourcing the bunker.
Oh, and then you're like, yeah, this is my house. Like, give me toilet paper. Bring me a book. What the fuck just happened? I don't want to live there, bro. I'm going back to like my apartment. And just like, I don't know
that last week, huh?
Yeah, I guess, bro. That's all I got.
We work at this bowling alley called Bowmore out in California.
I remember that.
Bro, and I went there with the hope of being like a server, like serving food and stuff like that. But they only had me like selling socks, checking out shoes, cleaning shoes, and fucking clean like busboy shit, like cleaning up the tables when it's done. So at the end of the night, we always had to do like some closing practice, and not even practice, but just like closing down the shop, like protocols, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes we'd have to clean the bathroom. Sometimes we have to like do the dishwasher shit. Bro, I remember one time they had me like cleaning the bathrooms and I had to do both, the men's and the women's. And respectfully, bro, the wildest like straw that broke the camel's back shit was when I had to clean the women's, bro. And somebody like was on the dot, bro.
Oh, shit.
And that shit was just like, yo, I'm really looking at this right now. Like, and so like I just remember being like, I gotta do something else. Do you have any stories when you was a janitor that like was just like too much?
Bro, yeah, cause like when you're a janitor and you're working at, it was like a hospital, but I don't know what type of place it was. It's called like LifeNet, but I wasn't even looked at as like a person, bro. Like I remember there was this lady on her computer. It was like late or whatever. She was on her computer. Came in vacuum. I said, hey, how you doing? She without looking, she lifts up her trash can so that I can like vacuum under.
Gosh.
And then she just puts it down. Says thank you.
Oh, God.
I was like,
AI.
Yeah, you was AI to her that day.
I was
bro.
like, yo, that's insane, bro.
I tell you that story.
Yeah, it's real, bro. Like,
Did I ever? I think. Oh no, it was that night that on your birthday when we went out to that one spot.
it was
I
that
telling
you
that
told me,
girl.
and that's when he called you a lizard when he FaceTimed you.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
it was at your crib.
bro. I never told you that story about how I
don't know.
Okay, so I took a trip, and I remember sitting on my couch, bro, and I closed my eyes, and I swear, like, it went from like caveman time to like medieval time to like some time where it was just like it, you know, imagine it looked like some Aztec time, like some fucking like just different civilizations, right? And I just kept seeing like this dude that like it wasn't like massive, but like you could feel like this was a leader. He was a very important person, like sitting on a hill. It was like a hill, like a picture, like it would just keep switching through time periods.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And then I remember like opening my eyes, bro, and like the way I was sitting, who I was sitting with, like the fact that I was in my living room and I was just looking around and I could just feel like, damn, like I like you know that old spot in Houston, like I had the fucking green screen and all that shit, and I was just like, damn, like I built this shit. And in my mind I was like, hold on, like
It's like the fucking present time of that.
I did this before.
Yes,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
'Cause if you
No,
think,
I
'cause
swear.
if you think about it, right? Like we all have like something that we excel at. Like if you think of like you, and we all have something that we struggle with. And if you look at it even deeper, at what you struggle with is always getting repeated in the same way.
Fix it.
Yeah, but it's always getting repeated, just with different people.
Yes.
Crazy, bro. After that episode, everybody was getting on my case because I said that I was a competitive gamer only, and it's like, bro, there's a reason you only play indie horrors. So what the fuck does that mean?
Oh wait, what does that mean? Are they
They're saying-
implying that you can't get nice or some shit?
Yeah, bro.
Bro, multiverses, you got time.
Oh yeah, multiverses is up.
Yeah, bro.
I'm trying to get on Valorant though.
Damn.
I was playing a little bit recently.
Nice.
No, I got dog walked, bro.
See, bro, that's how I feel about Siege. I'll get on and I'll get like motivated. Some games I get like 3 bodies. Then I'll go like 3 games in a row without a kill. And it's like, oh gosh, I'm just a weight to my team.
I mean, Halo's like that too. It has the same elements. Because you have to understand, in ranked, you can't really carry a team to victory without coordinating the right plays.
But how come when I watch you, you start getting dogged and you hit escape,
I
leave
never
to
get
lobby?
dogged when you watch.
Escape, leave to lobby is as if it's like one button, bro. You're like clunk clunk and you back.
That's how I know you're lying, because I've never used a keyboard like that. I don't do that shit. What is
You
that,
hit like
piano?
escape swoop.
Nah, you already got the movement down for your own setup, bro. Hell no.
I don't know, bro.
You've never played Halo ranked with me. You've only played quick play bullshit.
True. That's
So
true.
what's up?
You're probably like Onyx or Emerald or like whatever it is.
Me and Rock played our first 5 placements just the other day. He got gold.
None of y'all called me.
I did call you, bro. Prick.
That was late.
It was like an hour. It was like 30 minutes after we finished Halo. We moved right into Valorant.
Oh yeah, and then when I got on, you're like, I just got off.
That's a whole different time. Where were you this week?
Wait, when we played or when you played with Rock?
When I just played with Rock like 2 nights ago. right? And then I called you and I said, me, Rock, Mario, we're about to play Valorant. Hop in with us.
Oh yeah.
Like, bro, games kind of come in moments, just like movies, where like you play it and you move on. I miss the days where you could go to a Blockbuster or a GameStop, get a game, know nothing about it, and like play it. Like you really play it versus getting all these reviews, all this feedback. I feel like everybody complains about games too nowadays. I know we are about finals, but it's hard not to when you know what is good and what's not, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think that's because of like we are in tune with what everybody's playing and everything, and we have people like kind of like speculating what we play? Do you think that influences us like to like just actually sit there and try a game out?
I feel like it does me for sure. Like I knew probably playing Callisto Protocol was unnecessary because you had a Dead Space remake around the corner, which was the fucking copycat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, and I heard Callisto wasn't even that great. So it was like, okay, I can kind of move past that. But I also feel like, I don't know, bro. I think we don't account for how much we actually play games too. Like streaming, content creation, and just gaming in general. I feel like I can't even say that because I was younger. I was gonna say I didn't play games as much as I did now. Games that I like to where I might just be getting burnt out faster. But no, heck no. Halo 3, bro, I was on that shit every day after school.
Yeah, because as you was just saying, I was thinking like, bro, if that type of game would have came out back in the day, it would have been an instant classic.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been a game that you just would continuously replay.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is true. Now that I feel like the accessibility that we have, that we could complain about everything, that has ruined everything.
Yeah.
So we like move on to the next one.
Bro, I remember there used to be this like
real.
Star Wars game that was for like PS1 that I rented at Blockbuster, and it's like you could rent it for like 24 hours. And I remember me and my brother like stayed up in the middle of the night just to play it because we knew we had to return it in that morning. And like that was just such a fun feeling. And like I think storyline is huge in video games now, but also I think like every game doesn't have to have a crazy immersive like personal storyline, bro. Like the game's fun, it runs fun, the replay value's there. Like you're gonna play it, you know.
It feels like a choice developers have to make of like, do I want a game that people continually play or do I want a very impactful story? I don't remember when this happened, bro, but last week we was talking about being ashy, bro. I know. I think it was me with my ankles.
It was like that.
Was that last week or was that 2 weeks?
It was last because I scratched my shit and it was left like a chalkboard.
Yeah, and y'all said like tire tracks or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, bro.
Like burnouts or whatever.
And you were surprised.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Hold on.
I'm painting the picture. I'm painting the fucking picture, bro.
Okay, fair. So then you pulled up your shit, bro, and you tried to make a tire scratch.
Yeah.
Nothing happened, bro.
Yeah, nah.
So I know that's something way heavy on your mind, bro. You wanna talk about it?
I just feel like with the body that God has provided me with,
absolutely,
and the friends that God have provided me with,
amen.
Y'all are able to put me onto some shit that I just haven't even experienced or known my whole life,
including being ashy.
If that falls under the category, yes.
So we can have an open, honest discussion right now about just some cultural differences.
I would love that. Put me on.
Okay, so Joe, so what happens when you get like exposed like to cold air and your skin gets dry and you scratch? You don't get like a line of like ash?
Nah, if anything, it's like I feel like the only thing I can think of is like my lips. Shit's like wants to crack.
Okay. Almost like a reptilian. Anyway, so
This is not like we're not learning here, bro.
Okay, sorry. I'm just fucking around. Okay.
Tell you the story real quick. Tell me the story.
So we're in LA, right? We're over there. You know the spot in LA, right? And I'm high as a kite, bro. And so is he. We're at the elevator, right? And
look at him
say
pulling
it.
What's up, Jack? Nice to meet you.
Say more to
I'll see
him.
you on the next one. You know, I wasn't there. I plan to be there the next one with my two brothers in arms. You can continue. What's the story?
Anyway, so we're standing at the elevator, right? And mind you, blitzed, bro.
Yeah.
Coming down the elevator, I see a dude come out. Right? He looks at me, taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, and so I'm looking at it, and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at him, I'm like, fuck, like I know this dude. He looks familiar, but I just can't remember bro's name.
I hate those.
Right? And he looked just like somebody. He looked like Travie. You know Travie Williams?
Oh yeah.
He looked like Trav, bro. So, but I knew it wasn't him. So I just dap him up, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out when I get upstairs. I just got to get through this interaction, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, showing crazy love. He's like, oh yeah, you know, when you move in here, I'm like, bro, I've been here for a little bit, but yo, like the elevator's open. I'm like, yo, like I'm gonna hit you, bro. Like it's good to see you though. Like he, like, you know, take care and all that shit. I don't know why he does this. He's like, how'd you two meet?
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
fuck, man. So I say some dumb shit like shit from like back in the day, and the dude looks at me and he's like, I'm like, damn, I'm wrong. He's like, well, he actually DM'd me after my game. I'm a quarterback for USC.
Oh, PG.
And he
How
told
was
me,
I supposed to know, Joe? Don't let him.
Why wouldn't you ask him when the doors close in the elevator, bro to bro?
First off,
Thank you.
wasn't you the one that was like on y'all like party story with it? There's two sides, right? And then there's the truth, right? Don't listen to his bullshit side, bro.
Damn,
Listen
he
to
was
my
lying?
side first, right?
Okay,
I'm after, right?
So now
he
you tell
said
the
his.
story.
Now look, so we're waiting on the elevator. This dude comes up and he's showing hella love. He's like, oh man, what's up, y'all? And I'm like, I'm PG. He was like, I know who you are. And then this dude's, they're laughing, and he's like, yo, so I just moved in.
Damn.
Oh yeah, going back and forth. So I'm just there like, oh, these two motherfuckers is cool, right? I'm like, all right, cool. So they're dapping up, and I'm just like, so how y'all know each other? And then this dude, and the thing is, you played it off so well. Don't do that. And you played it off so well, and it wasn't until the elevator he was like, fuck, bro. Like, I DM'd him. Like I didn't know him from back in the
So
day.
you did remember.
when I got in the elevator, but in that moment I didn't know, bro.
I did
but
fuck up, but
that's still
I didn't know.
That's still a weird question to ask somebody. That like you could have been like,
Joe had my back.
you could have been like, how do you know
admitted
me?
to fucking up after telling your whole story. That's where he left it off, saying you fucked
Thank
up.
you.
You tell a whole story and give the same ending. What the fuck is the point of the
I
one?
gave my reasoning.
Caleb
they were showing
Williams, you're a
hella-
phenomenal player. You go into the league, bro. I'm gonna get your jersey, bro. I'm sorry for that interaction. It's his fault, bro. If it felt weird, sorry.
Faded.
I remember one time I was on it, and I was in the car. You know, I had like a designated driver or something at the time, and I remember being in the back seat, and we were listening to Drake, and it was Drake Over.
Okay.
And bro, I kid you not, I swear I could pick apart his vocal specifically, and I could hear that over everything else, and it sounded so like, bro, it's like I could hear everything he was doing, and I can't even remember the verse right now,
Damn.
but it would be like, how does that song go?
Yeah. What's that? I know way too many people here right
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the verse start though? It's like, all right, okay,
Bottles
so
on me,
yes, okay,
yeah.
so I was hearing it, and I swear he was going like, all right, bottles on me, hoping I was standing, never dropped the bar, but I will over there today, yeah. And I was like, dog, is this what he's doing in the studio, bro? Now, that's one of my favorite Drake songs too, bro.
That
But I was
song's
like,
iconic, bro.
Big Dick Bandit. I'm like, oh, bruh. Fuck, man. Fuck with Drake. Well, it's tough, bro.
Yeah.
It's I fuck with the music he's made over the years, but like,
The music he's made over the years, but
yeah,
the
no, he's strange, bro.
stuff coming to light is weird. It's
Stuff
strange.
coming light is strange. If I've ever had a near-death experience, only ones I can think of. Okay, I got one. So basically, what happened was, so I went like a group trip, to Bali, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on this trip, a bunch of people go, but like we break off and we get like certain rooms that we want to see, or like if we had a resort, we stay together, but like we'll go off and do different things and stuff like that.
Oh, okay,
So, this was my first time going to this specific island because they had like this. They advertised this Airbnb that was like looking over a waterfall, and I was like, damn, like I really want to stay there, not knowing it was deep in the fucking jungle, bro. Right? So
Shit.
one, right? I had to get on this motorbike thing, and I had one person with me that was sitting on the seat behind me, right? And a chick, so pause, like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So, I remember we had rented the bike. It's my first time on a motorbike, bro. It's not a motorcycle because I would have needed a license for that, but it was like one of those like fat, like kind of difficult to tip over bikes. I don't know if you can. It's like, you ever play Vice City?
Yeah.
You know those bikes that had the two luggages on the side that was way slower?
Yeah.
It's like a step above a Vespa or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying.
So we rented it, and I already knew they knew I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, because like when I gassed it, that shit went, and everybody behind me was laughing, like the dudes who rented it. It's like, bro, this is y'all's bike, bro. I'll fuck this shit up and leave, bro. I were all laughing.
Someone better show me how to do this.
Exactly. And so we're going on this road to like it's damn near like driving up a mountain, and like the road starts to literally do this up the mountain, right? So like I had to lean into the turns each time. And I remember leaning one time, bro, and I'm looking like this, and I'm looking at concrete, bro. Like that shit felt like Tokyo Drift, bro, just like this, going up this mountain. Then we take a turn and go into the jungle. So now we're riding over the dirt and going all these different routes and stuff like that till we get to the Airbnb. I'm not gonna lie, it was a very pretty view. And they had like I don't know if it was family owned, I don't know what was going on, but like it was like, here's a menu, and it was like a binder with like 3 options, and then we would tell the person, and they'd go on their bike, come back in like an hour, and bring us like styrofoam plates of food.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, like this is not the resort anymore.
I didn't know if you was fucking with it or that.
It was like I was, but I wasn't, cause like, bro, in Bali there was so many fucking violent bugs, bro. Like,
oh nah, bro.
Like red ants were replaced with like regular ants were replaced with big ass fire ants, bro. Like roaches were replaced with like fat ass, I don't even know. Just think of like the next evolution of fucking Pokemon game, bro.
Golly, bro.
So
yeah, I'm in the rooms all the time.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like if we put our food on the ground, within like 5 minutes, it'd be covered in red ants, bro. So they would always be like, do not leave the food around. Do not leave the food. Like, make sure you take it outside, put it in the trash can, because they will come in. I hate bugs. That's like one of my biggest fears.
And if they fly, bro, extra hate.
Oh my gosh, bro. I almost want to play that video you sent me of you fighting that roach. That shit was
I almost said that was my low, bro, but it wasn't that bad.
So it was getting late, and then it was time to like start to wind down and go to sleep. And dude, I remember like seeing at the front door like a fucking scorpion, bro. The I'm gonna say it like this, like I need something else to describe the size of this shit, bro.
Fuck.
Anyway, yeah, we'll do my phone. So it was getting late, and I'm in my bed, right? I'm looking around because like I'm already knowing there's a bunch of bugs in here, and I look at the door, and crawling under that bitch, like it had just walked in, was a fucking like probably like half the size of this, bro. A scorpion, bro. Big ass tail. It was gold. Like I'm like, yo, he's here for destruction, bro. I wake up my friend. I'm like, bro, no, we're not doing this. I can't stay here. And we had no plans on where to go, so we only had that scooter and like a phone call, bro. And I was like, yo, like I need somebody to come help us out of here. So eventually somebody came on their bike, and mind you, it was like pitch black in the jungle.
That's
bro.
what I was just gonna say. Like, isn't it gonna be hella dark?
It was hella dark, bro. But like we loaded up all our stuff. Bro, she was pissed, bro. And I was, cause like we didn't even have
one of your friends.
Yeah, we didn't have a reservation anywhere else. We didn't know where we were going. I was like, yo, I just gotta trust that like wherever he takes us, we're gonna be okay. Yeah. So like we eventually drive out of there, and it's late, bro. It's dark. This isn't even a near death story. She might have killed me, bro. But like we eventually get back to the street, hop in the van. And like on the ride there, I'm trying to lock down a hotel for us to be able to sleep at. And like there was only one that was still open, and they wouldn't answer the phone. So we were just like walking up like, yo, if they don't have a room, like we got to go all the way back to the forest, all the way back through that place and sleep there. But luckily they had a room, and they let us in, and like, you know, she was cool about it. But fuck, bro.
Oh,
that was crazy. That was actually crazy, man. I got other like goofy college stories where like I was doing shit I shouldn't have been doing, and like, you know, shit, I've been to a few college parties where they got shot up for sure. That never felt like near death.
Yeah.
You know?
No, especially because like you're drinking and it doesn't feel like somebody's like there for you, you know?
Exactly.
And like, bro, thousands of people just showing love and like traveling for their first time, traveling by themselves.
Yeah.
Like, does that feel crazy?
It always feels crazy, bro. Like, it was extremely humbling. You know, some people even flew across the globe, bro. Like different, like the UK.
Bro from UK was fire.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I don't remember his name. He was cool as hell.
There's a few people that flew in from across the globe, and yeah, like the main emotion is just humbling, bro. Because I remember going into that, just kind of feeling. I remember going into the first one, feeling very stressed to make sure it was worth coming to.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, I want to make sure like people have fun. I want to make sure people get their money's worth. And, you know, nothing's perfect with these events. You know, you show up, you learn. Mm-hmm. I remember walking away from that after the night ended, and being like, damn, like, okay, that was cool. That was cool.
This year?
Last year, the first time.
Okay. Okay.
But this year, I remember going into it with, like, I had an epiphany, bro. I was like, look, if people are actually showing up, getting suits, getting dresses, finding a date, finding somebody to come here with, flying across the country, getting a hotel, right? Paying for the food, the travel, to even make it to the event. These people truly support me, bro. Support us, bro.
Wow.
Like and I'm not saying the people who watch don't. Like that's not the message. What I'm saying is like the people there want to have a good time with me. They're not sitting there with like pen and pad being like, okay, let me see like where this is actually trash.
Right.
So I can like dissect it and tear it apart. Now there might be some evil eyes out there in the crowd, bro.
That's life.
That's life.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's life. What I experienced, bro, was like in the thought leading up to that was like, I can be myself here. I can be transparent. I can crack jokes. I can let my hair down, like people say, you know?
Yeah.
And these people are gonna be there and be like, "Yo, cool, bro."
Gassing you up the whole time.
They're there to like take everything in.
Exactly.
And that shit was beautiful, bro.
And it's humbling also because they're sharing with me why they're here, and they're like, "Yo, you know, I've been with you since the garage, out the garage, bro."
Yeah.
You know, you know, and so it's like to have that and to know that, like, damn, and you still showed up all these years later, bro. Like. You know,
that's crazy.
That's insane.
I can ask you some real questions now. You know,
Yeah.
like as a viewer, like what have you enjoyed about this journey so far? As a viewer, like what do you expect from content creators these days? You know, like questions that I can have honest dialogue with because you're here, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're here to have these moments.
Yeah.
You know, the same way that I'm here to put this on and we can build a space for this community, bro, that has been so fucking good to us.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think about.
You know, like I had this opinion because the last year when we had the Q&A, I remember feeling like, yo, like I'm nervous. Like what are they gonna ask? Like what are we gonna talk about?
We were on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going into this, I was like,
You didn't feel that?
nah. I was like, you know, kind of way more comfortable because I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
You know. And that's how I kind of want to approach DreamCon moving forward. Any of these appearances moving forward, like they don't have to come, bro. Especially in like this time of the economy too, or like, you know, every dollar matters. Right. You know. PG, has he ever had an imaginary friend? I want to ask you the same question. Growing up, did you ever have an imaginary? Nah, huh? You was just too cool and badass, huh?
I don't think it's about that, bro. I just wasn't like I had real friends and I wasn't thinking about fucking blueberries. I don't know, bro.
What about a stuffed animal, action figure? You had a stuffed animal.
And action figures.
You know a stuffed animal is imaginary too, right? It's not actually.
It's a fucking physical object, brother.
You think? So how is it a friend then? If it's a physical object.
I'm not sitting there like, I love you. What did you say? No, bro. I'm just going to bed and I'm like, She having combos with it, bro. It's talking back to her.
Fair.
Who's your friend?
I had a stuffed animal. You know that dog that let me do it for you. Low key,
I do it.
yeah. Low key, I had a dog like him back in the day, and he was a painter, and he had a little easel in his hand, and he had like a painter hat.
He actually had that, or
no? It was stitched into his hand. His name was Picasso. He was cool as fuck, bro.
What did he teach you?
Probably like like mental stability, like resilient minds.
Get on him, bro, because I'm tired of doing it all the time.
No, hold on.
Look at him
did it,
scared.
bro.
Okay, there you go.
You fucking did it. I'm not scared, bro.
Okay, good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, get him, PG.
No, don't let him fucking bro. Don't let him influence that. This is him.
They said in the movie having a stuffed animal action figure. Cause you tell them, bro. Tell them what you had.
Oh shit.
You ever seen Tales from the Crypt back in the day?
Absolutely not, bro.
Yeah.
Talking
Joe, I
about
want you to Google Tales from the Crypt. It's the first picture on Google, and this was his imaginary
Tales
friend.
from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. Keep going, PG. Tell them what you used to do with that doll.
CRIP.
CRYPT.
Yeah, YPT. So, I used to go to bed with him every night.
Pause.
Let that, yeah, thank you, bro. Cause I'm like, let that hit your ears, bro.
This dude.
Put it up
See?
on the
Let me
screen.
see.
Fucking goosebumps. Ass fucking person.
That was my homie when I was a kid.
He would go to sleep with him.
Yeah.
That's why you want to fucking do horror, bro.
He cool. You had a Picasso.
Yeah, bro. You can't compare, bro. This
Yeah.
is not.
All right, bro. I had a tiger.
Did
Shit
you
was
take
cool.
a talk back? Cause did
No,
Picasso talk to
I
you?
just told you, my tiger wasn't talking to me, bro.
He wasn't like using words, but like, yeah, we could communicate. Like,
Wow.
like with emotion and fucking like, bro. I was a kid. Like,
Okay.
ugh,
I'm
bro.
not
You
judging.
wasn't acting like this in
I'm
the
not
episode.
judging, bro. I'm
Damn,
trying to
PG.
understand. Talk to me.
He was a kid, bro.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Talk to me.
Rico, Mari, either of you have imaginary friends growing up? Mari said, fuck no, and Rico said, not that I remember. For sure.
Just you.
All right, well.
So how did it work? Yeah, explain it to us because like we're on.
No, I didn't look in the corner and see people. Like I said, I had a Picasso doll with paint easels and creativity, bro.